Jarlath give you a hoodie. Where's my hoodie? Probably not. Don't have my size.
No, they didn't. No, Jarlath gave me that. This is a single pot still Old Cumber Irish whiskey, and since what did I say, 1825 at the bottom.
That's nice. That is nice.
It is nice.
Nice
It
shade
is
of
nice.
green.
Well, that was because we did a tasting today in the friend at hand of this beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Look at that beautiful label on that as well.
Right. Okay.
That's awesome. Right. We'll talk a wee bit about this in a wee minute because last week,
Okay. Yep.
Cork Whiskey Fest. But I'm going to pour myself a wee one of these because I've been driving all day. I haven't had a chance. So, it's lovely. It's lovely stuff. It is gorgeous. We sold a pile of this today. Because as soon as people tasted it, they were like, "What price is that?" £55 a bottle. I'll give us one. I come in for something else, but I'll take that as well. That is just lovely stuff. And do you remember whenever this first came out, that they had it was a pure pot still. That's how they labelled it. There's the single pot still is coming out again very shortly. So this is the blend. They're going to keep it. So this is 35% Ecklandville pot still. So this is their own spirit, but with grain. And then they're going to be bringing out the single pot still. I think I heard at the end of May, something like that. So it should be coming out in a couple of months' time. So
just in time for Father's Day.
Well, you'll have both. You'll have the grain and the blend, and the grain, or the blend and the pot still. And there'll be a difference. I think there's something like £15 difference between the prices of them, and it is lovely stuff. It really is.
That'll be a hard choice because there's not much difference in the price there.
And to be honest, in terms of quality, the blending and stuff, it's really, really good, really good. But yeah, it was a nice day. Seamus came in, and then Jarlath put in an appearance, and it was just nice to get chatting to them both. We had a bit of a laugh, good laugh and a giggle. But I think you have some photos of it.
I do have some photos. I have some photos of it. Yes. I'll put them on big screen, and then I'll say hello to people as you talk us through what happened today.
Well, that's an arm indicating that we were doing a tasting.
All right. I thought glasses indicated that.
No. That the indication of doing anything whiskey related is this. Justin, put it on screen.
Oh no! Hold on to put you on. Hold on, put you on. Hold on. Go on. There you go. You're on. I know, it's so true.
That's basically the de rigueur pose. If you're anything whiskey related, it's normally this. So, but yeah, so they just the arm in the bottle, which I think works quite well too.
All right.
So there's Jarlath saying maybe July, by the time they get the single pot still out. So from the horse's mouth. So there, I mean, again, the bottle just this gorgeous thing. It really is.
It is.
Yeah,
fantastic.
My Julie, she says, make sure and keep us one of the old bottles. Don't be going to the new ones. This is what new ones. Because in one of the photos they put up the old bottles from the 1980s.
Yes,
the casks that they found.
Yes.
The feebled casks that were discovered behind a false wall somewhere.
Yeah,
some hallowed ground, and they bottled them up and sold them off. It's bloody awful. It's just totally overoaked. But yeah, they're not going to that bottle at all. They'll be staying in this, but there'll be a slight change and revision on between the two. Bit of a difference, so you can tell the difference in them. But go on ahead, flick through a couple of those photos.
Yeah, Jim's in this with it.
Oh yes, Jim in the attire. But he got a hat. I don't think I got a hat today, did I? But
all right.
Anyway, I'll not complain. So this is single pot still with a really nice logo in the back.
It's very good, that.
Oh, it's top quality stuff.
Did Mark design them as well, or did somebody else design the t-shirts?
I think Jarlath designed these. I think it was a Jarlath production.
They're very good. They're very good. They're very good. I'm going to Cumber tomorrow, actually, for
Right.
a graveyard tour. I would look well walking around the graveyard with that old Cumber hat on.
Keeping your wee head warm. Keeping the rain off your napper.
I know. I get soaked one day. Actually, get soaked one day.
So there's our Jim modelling the gear.
There's Chars. Where'd you get the on duties from? Yeah.
He wears a pair. Jim says he wears a pair. You do. You absolutely do, buddy. Skip on, just
hold on. I want to be sure. We'll see. My arm's still numb. We'll see.
I'm not going to ask why.
No, it's the trap nerve. It's the trap nerve. Hold on. Here's Jarlath. Here he is. Here. There they are. There. We'll put that on big.
So there's Jarlath. So Seamus, they went out afterwards for a belated happy birthday for Bar 1661 and raising a glass to the Garrick Bar, Jarlath Watson and Dave Mulligan down there. So yeah, that was them. Out after having a little Belfast coffee over in the Garrick.
Whose baldy head is this? This isn't my baldy head.
This is a mystery. This is a mystery. So there's us. Seamus was taking this photo. It was dead funny. Seamus was taking that photo and he said, "Smile." And the guy whose baldy head it was smiled. And then it really dawned on him, you can't fucking see me.
Right.
So,
okay.
So it is a bit of a mystery as to whose head that is.
Okay.
Until you see his much better half in the next photo.
Oh, hold on. Here we go. There we go.
And there they are. He's got his baldy head covered up by a hat, and his wonderful other half, Margaret. She's wearing a hoodie because he came in and bought a bottle.
Look at that. We're getting Zuckerberg. There we go.
But yeah, so it's our Cat Charles pop.
Everybody gets it in this show, Cat. Everybody gets it. Everybody gets it.
No, it came in. It's your arm sort of giving wrong directions. That's a little in joke. Justin was in a friend of Han yesterday, and somebody came in asking directions. Justin's pointing to the thing, and he hadn't a fucking clue where he was pointing to because the place moved about a year ago.
I know the place has moved. It's not my fault it moved. I was in it before lock.
I think it's like the Boucher Road or something.
I know it is. It's miles away now.
It's
miles
away.
Down there. I know that.
But yeah, so Justin, it's just over there. So,
well, it was a woman. It was a woman.
4 minutes.
It was a woman who normally has a clipboard. So anyway, she deserved it. She'd have boxed with her, you know.
But no, so yeah, but yeah, we had a really good tasting today. Guys coming in, they got to taste that stuff, and I have to say they were blown away by it.
Yes,
and rightly so, because it's super stuff. It's really nice.
It is.
But pulled from the reserve, and I haven't got you a sample of this yet. I'll get one to you because Jarlath very kindly gave me the remnants of this. This is the pot still itself. This is the Old Cumber pot still aged in bourbon. It's from 3 different casks. I think it's a 7, an 8, and a 9-year-old cask. Just put into this bottle, cut to 50%, and then put in this bottle. I'll give away a few samples of this to a couple of people this evening, and I'll maybe try and get you one over, Justin, if you're a good boy. But so that's probably not. That's really good. I mean, that's really good.
That's right. I'll hold your memory card to ransom. I'll hold your memory card to ransom.
Well, that's right. I suppose I better now. But no, it is just gorgeous stuff. I mean, there's our Jim, the Whiskey Novice, an amazing pot still from Mecklenville. It really is. And from Kit Charles, something. Got a sample. I gave wee Chris a sample there earlier on. He popped in. Stanley got a sample. John, if you were about, I could get you a wee sample of it too. But yeah, that'll be my next port of call because it's fabulous stuff. It really is.
Yeah, we're hoping a sample of that Terrabella will turn up at one point. A bottle will turn up at one point for that because he has our address. So
yeah, but the only thing is, Justin, these people don't actually know what we're talking about there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's a secret. That's a secret. Oh yeah, I let the cat out of the bag there. Sorry about that.
No, we're we done an interview with a guy a wee while ago, and he's possibly sending us over a couple of little samples. But yeah, if you haven't picked up a bottle of this, I mean, it's really well priced. So get yourself a drop on that.
There's Peter Gilbraith. He wants to know where his sample is.
You never know your luck. You never know your luck, Peter. I might get you something.
I know. Cassandra Harris saying hello tonight. Remember, we're always live. Say hello, comment, like, and share. There you go. Cassandra Harris, you would look very stylish in one of those hoodies. You would indeed. You would indeed.
A lot more stylish than either Justin or Kit Charles would. Let's just put it. I know.
Well, actually, I'm in Cumber tomorrow. I might make an appearance. Right. I'm only joking, Jarlath. I'm only joking. I wouldn't do that to you.
No, Jarlath, spare yourself.
Is there chocolate?
Put your blinds down. Close the door.
Is there chocolate in this Easter egg hunt? Is there whatever?
Julie came down with chocolate there a minute ago, and I'm not 100% sure what it is.
Get your sea captain's license yet? I'm in the process of getting my sea captain's license. There you go.
If you think that bridge in Baltimore get hammered, wait to see your mano here.
Don't mention the bridge in Baltimore. We'll get Zuckerberg again.
Oh God, God love him.
I know.
It just seems now everything like that's all captured in camera. Do you remember the mushroom cloud in Beirut? Everything's all sort of captured in camera now, so you actually see what's happening.
Yeah,
and it's like, my God,
you wouldn't want to be there. I can tell you that much.
No,
it was split seconds, because they had patrols either side of the bridge, for safety anyway.
Yeah.
It was split seconds. I think it was 90 seconds in it, and it takes about a minute and a half to cross the road, and they shut it about a minute and a half before that.
Yeah. I mean, imagine if that had been in the middle of the day or something. It just doesn't bear thinking about, God love everybody that was involved,
I know.
But yeah, the old Cumber, as I say, if you haven't got a bottle of this, get yourself sorted out. Get yourself sorted out with a bottle, because it's not hard. It's pretty easy to get. Again, just the label is just another triumph from Dunville's. The labels are just always stunning, always stunning. But anyway, we do a bit of news, Justin, don't we?
Are we doing news? I thought when the photograph you three together to come yet. Yes.
Yes, Justin. Don't. Yes, because this is news. The three amigos. We went up to, not last week, the week before. Was it last week? Week before?
I can't remember. It's all merging into one. I think it was the week before, wasn't it? It was.
Could have been. But we went up, myself, Ray, and Jim, out of the Friend, went up to the brand new, just opened McConnell's distillery. And I have to say, we were all impressed. Now, we were the very first tour. We got round it, got to see. There were still lots of people running about still in high-vis vests and stuff, cleaning and, fixing in lights and stuff. But we got a run round, and it is impressive. It's an impressive place. It really is. It's now open for tours. It's bookable. You can go on. It's been a long time coming, to be honest. I think it's just the sheer building work, all the stuff that they've had to do, the various restrictions and regulations and all of that stuff. I said, I'm doing this, but it's nice that they preserved it because they've done such a nice job of it. But we went up round, had a look round, and I took some photos while we were there.
Yep. And you've been here before. We better clarify that.
Oh yes,
it's also the Crumlin Road Jail prison tour as well. Not
it's two separate wings, so it's not. They're two separate companies, but it'd be easy to see how there's tie-ins. The Crumlin Road Jail do those events. They do the jailhouse rock and all that kind of stuff. So why would you not go and do a distillery tour, get a drink in the bar there, head over in, go out for a Johnny Crash at San Quentin or whatever it is they're going to call themselves, but like a tribute to that thing in there. It's just, again, it's another distillery in Belfast that has a really interesting backstory. They're actually event places themselves without necessarily even the distillery.
Yeah.
And the distillery just enhances it. Titanic opened a few months ago. McConnell's, people can come to Belfast, get two fabulous distilleries, and have a real day of it. And you know, it's just nice that they've got a really, really nice story to it, you know.
Sure, let people have a look because it's
Yeah,
well worth going to see. What do you see? What do you
it
see
is.
this?
It's beautiful.
Look at that there.
So this is the reception hall. You come in, those sort of industrial V, I don't know what you call them, joists or uprights or whatever, and those are all put in. They've removed cells to put these in, but they've kept on the floor the sort of outline of the where the cells are. So you get the guide explains all this as you go round. Flick on through there, my old son.
Hope I'm going the right way.
Yep, this is up. This is the washbacks and stuff upstairs. Again, kind of where the cells were. They've had to remove some of the cells and stuff, but they kept. Once you see it, you'll understand what I mean. And they've tried to be as sympathetic as possible, but keeping.
This looks fantastic. I mean, these are all floating again, are they? Are they sort of like floating between floors? These, yeah.
Well, kind of, yeah. They set up. Once you would see it, you'll understand what I mean. But they're on
Wow.
the second floor, so
I
you're not.
wasn't in it. I was in the offices up the street. No, wow.
You're not allowed to take in the stills. They don't want you taking because it's too confined. Because obviously it's a wing of a jail, so there's not a lot of room. But the 3 stills or 4 size stills, they had to come in the roof, and so you can get to see them. Again, once you go yourself, you'll get to see the angles.
Yeah, there's journalists saying massive congrats to our friends at McConnell's. Absolutely delighted for Graham, Sarah, John, and all the team. Going to be a massive asset for Belfast and Irish Whiskey. Belfast and County Down just keeps on getting stronger and stronger. It certainly does.
Yeah,
Certainly
it
does.
absolutely. Jim there, the Whiskey Novice, stunning place, McConnell's. Good looking future for Belfast again, where whiskey is concerned. Absolutely, and I mean, the amount of work that's went into that distillery, a huge amount of money, a huge investment.
Look at that there, Marty. That's
It is.
stunning.
It is. It's a beautiful piece of kit. But yeah, really, really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, look at that there. As Jim saying, is stunning place. Good for Belfast. Gary Malloy's in from tonight from
Finland.
Finland. There you go. 30-year-old Bushmills, great whiskey. Yeah, it's
your wife's liking you, Gary. I'm telling you, because that's a nice investment ball. That's a nice ball to be putting your money into. So yeah, happy birthday, buddy. Happy retirement. Sorry, happy retirement.
I like the shape of that cup, by the way. Where did that cup come from?
It was a gift.
That's nice. I like the shape of that cup.
Yes, it's lovely. The reason I'm drinking tea is because I've been talking non-stop for about 4 days, so my voice is sort of packing in a little bit. But anyway,
this looks stunning. What's this we're looking at, Marty? A representation of dunnage or whatever?
No, this is up in the tasting room. Because they have the 250 guild. This is their cask purchase booklet about buying a cask. 250 casks are going to be up for sale, and if you buy one, they're going to put your name up on the wall. So you're going to be forever a part of the distillery. So this details it all. You can get it online as well. It's not hard to get your hands on. I just got one of the booklets. Again, the casks are they're about £8,000, something like that. Which a lot of people go, well, that's expensive, but you're buying into the history of the place, and there'll be other packages. You know the way if you do these things early, you get grandfather rights. Well, that's kind of what you're going to be getting there. Your name up on the wall for all to see when you come down and show off and say, I was one of the first. Entirely up to yourself. But yeah, the McConnell's 250 guild. So you'll see that being pushed by the distillery. Fair play to them. Because they need to start recouping. I think this cost £23 million to do. So it's an absolutely enormous investment.
But it looks good value for money when you see it, even from the photographs. I thought these photographs were renderings. I said to somebody, and they're not. That's it. You took these.
Yeah, I took them. But again, that's up the stairs. I've said for ages that the Crumlin Road jail tour of the jail I still think it's my favourite tour in Belfast, even though a lot of it's self-guided or it's self-guided now. Uh, it's just a really fascinating place, and the fact you can do, and realistically, you could probably spend a full day up there now, do the tour of the Crumlin Road Jail, have a bite of lunch, do the distillery in the afternoon, and good
It's a
on 'em.
no-brainer, especially if it's well wet weather, like it's been here for months and months and months
I
now.
think is that why you're learning date on the boat? Because
I'm preparing for the flood.
you're preparing for when Greta Thunberg reckons it all comes true. You,
But Greta Thunberg doesn't know she's going to be the tuba too.
one of the two be two. Just you won't catch me there after dark. This is Cassandra. That's not
It's a
Cassandra.
creepy hollow. I agree with you, Cassandra. Crumlin Road Jail is a creepy hollow.
It's not. It's dead on. It's dead on. But yeah, again, I think I sent you the link for the website there, Justin. If you
You
want to
did,
talk.
you did. It's here. It's here. I'll skip it up. It's dead easy. I think they've a couple of different websites or a couple of different addresses. They all go to the same place. There's the international one because if you're watching this around the world, as a lot of people do overseas, as many people watch this in India as watch it in Ireland because
Yeah.
the way the population is, you'll need the international address to get it. There you go.
Yeah. So I mean, it's dead easy to book it. You just go on, click, 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 and it brings up the booking system. It's £25 for an adult, £20 if you're not drinking, and £15 for kids. So yeah, I mean, I like the fact that they include kids in this. You know, the likes of these things, it should all be sort of family orientated. We'll talk about that in a wee second because we were in Cork last week,
Mhm.
and it was great to see at a whiskey festival.
Loads of ladies.
No, you liked all the ladies being there, but I was going to say about the families being there. There was lots of girls there, absolutely brilliant. But there was also a couple of ones walking about with their kids, and what that's telling you is, come out, have a little bit of a drink, go around, talk to people because they're going to be interested in the thing. They're not there to get pissed out of their heads with the best will in the world. Some of these whiskey festivals, you just know that's what people are doing. You can literally see them going, yeah, what's that? Dead on. What's that? Dead on. What's that? Dead on. Cheers, mate. Next. And they're just bombing around to get blocked out of their head. And it's not what whiskey festivals are about, really. But that's not what happened down in Cork last week.
Yep.
Cork
So-
was super.
These were from Forsyth Distills.
Yeah, there were Forsyth stills ordered. Hole cut in the roof, dropped down and through through the roof.
That looks beautiful.
Mhm.
And that's like in the mid level, and then there's a floor below that, isn't it?
Yeah, so you come up level one up. You can see the washbacks and the mash tun, and then you go up onto the top floor up into the bar.
Wow. Wow. Stunning.
I mean, to be honest, the photos are nice, but they don't really do it justice, if I'm honest.
Because it's a big building. It is a big building.
Yeah, it's a big building. There's conference rooms and stuff up the stairs that can be hired. There's a bar, retail outlet, a cafe. Although we were there sort of prematurely, obviously things will be a lot more developed in a month's time, or even probably even now, I would think. But when we were there, it looked amazing. So in a couple of weeks' time, it's going to look even better, you know. So anyway, good luck
Right.
to them all. Very, very, very pleased for them.
There you go. There you go. We're halfway through the show coming up. Remember to comment, like we're live on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Telegram, Twitch, Twitter, and wherever you get your podcasts from. Saturday nights, usually 10 p.m. live. Although last week we were on 8 to 10.
We're on very live last week. Right,
Yeah.
now, speaking of last week, we were down in Cork, down to see Laurie. And it was a fantastic festival. Loads of exhibitors, some of which I hadn't seen. Because they don't. It's just such a trek to come up here. Everything just was in a little bit of Cork, you know, basically within sort of one street, or basically one street. Everything was on time. Everything done really well. Great event. Loads of interesting stuff. We hooked up with Fanon. I got chatting to about half of the people that were there last week. I have to say, a couple of really outstanding whiskies that I tasted. the Cumber stuff, absolutely mind blowing. I was up with the Sleeve League guys before it came round. Their stuff's again just superb, really, really top quality stuff. But I think the best that I tasted, and okay, possibly, possibly a few drinks in at this point. Well, the Bailach stuff is so different that I was going to say something sort of contradictory to what I'm meaning here. I was going to say you can sort of overlook some of the faults of it because it's so young, but it's so packed full of flavour that it's like, how are you doing this? How are you getting that much flavour in such a short period of time? And he's using different mash bills, non-GI compliant mash bills, and just different stuff. And it's just funky and different, and
Bottle's
makes you
very
kind of think.
distinctive as well, isn't it? Really.
Very distinctive, but it's making you think, and that was superb. David and Fiona's short cross, the Distillers Duo, absolutely top drawer stuff. Again, hats off to them. It was just superb. But I'm going to say the winner for me on the night was is it the Voyage or the Voyager? Johnny Halton's from Tasmania. Hat tip to you, sir, because that is a world class whiskey, very standard. I was really, really taken back by how good that was. I've tasted some of his transportation stuff before, and I thought it was superb. But that one is just knocking it out of the park. Like, I mean, just top class stuff. So yeah, hats off to all the guys down there. It was superb. But the next day, I just see Jarlath saying, "Not that rapper from Dancing."
What did he today?
No, he just looks like he should be rapping. He was in the Fresh Prince of Bel Air back in the day.
No, he was the Australian cousin. Yeah, he was dead on. He was good.
So the Tassie Whiskey Week, if you're down in Tasmania, if you're down in Tasmania, check that out. It's well worth talking out. What date is it?
The Journey, it's called. It's not the Voyage, it's the Journey.
Killara again, another mind blowing stuff. Really, really good. Loads of stuff. Loads of good stuff at it. But I have to say that the journey was probably, I think it's maybe because there was a couple of drinks in and hadn't got sort of comparative and so on. But it really was superb stuff. If you can get your hands on a bottle of that, you really, really should pick it up.
There's Peter Caprice saying he had a great time and he got a bottle of the Tasmanian whiskey during the week as well.
Yeah, he got the festival bottling again. Another superb whiskey, really, really good. But anyway, the next day, we decided that I'd head over and go and see the new Middleton Experience, which I'm sure everybody watching this probably knows. They spent a fortune on it, opened it up, and then about 6 months ago, something like that, huge flood came down there. They were washing cars and everything down the road, and it totally wrecked the whole place. So it only reopened about 2 weeks ago, something like that. And while I was down, I thought I will avail myself of it. Booked a couple of tickets, booked the basic experience. It was €26. There is a range of stuff. You can go up to like €250 for a cask sampling experience and all. Really nice. They were doing it as part of the Cork Whisky Festival. I know both of those were sold out. Surprise, surprise. But so I thought I'd book in, go and have a look. So I took some photos while I was there, and that's on the way in. Still, it looks exactly the same as it did with the big pot still. Then you go in, and they have this huge wall filled with bottles of Jameson, MVR, Redbreast, and so on. And skip on. The distillery shop runs all the way back now. Lots of stuff for sale. There's Redbreast 10s. You can bottle your own stuff. you bottle Black Barrel, and you sign your name in a book, so you're there for forever, ever, year and a day. So skip on next, Justin. You see where we took a photo? Yeah, that's the bottle of your own Black Barrel cask strength, and you get to sign your name on the bottle. You do write the bottle label out, you put it on yourself. It's nice.
Computerized or manual?
So you pour it yourself. So basically, what happens is they fill it up. They fill up a tube. You put your bottle in. You pull the lever, fill up your bottle, and that's you bottling it yourself.
Wow.
So it's loads of them are doing it now. I know there's Henches down in Corkscrew. There's a bottle of your own pot still over in Titanic. Loads of places are doing it now, but it's always a nice touch. It's nice, certainly nice. It's one of those things. It's a bit gimmicky, but it's a nice gimmick. It works, and as we all know, I like a gimmick. So,
and the museum's the original building sort of thing.
Well, it is a bit of a funny tour because you don't actually get to see the stills of them where Jameson and stuff's made. You don't get to see it. Skip on the next picture. Do you see where we're at? That's part of the old malting place. Skip on. The grain store. Again, that's sort of halfway through the tour. Go on.
All right, I'm going in order of the date.
I think it's maybe decided to go arse about face here because it was some of them were edited a little bit. That's old farm machinery that's there. It's kind of kept as a museum. Again, outside at the grain store. Skip on.
Would remind you of the Crumlin Road jail a bit, wouldn't it?
Originally, this was an old woolen mill, and then it was converted to a distillery. But this old water wheel still turns, and all the components still turn. It doesn't power anything. But it still works.
Absolutely beautiful.
And that would have cost millions to put that in.
5 stories high, five stories.
And again, that was the malting floor. Just to the right of us is the distiller's cottage. So if you turn that over, again, that's the milling. You can see it's
that's water wheel mechanism.
That's part of the old water wheel, which is all still the same. All those pistons and all still work. I mean, this was, I heard the date was like installed in like 1850, still works. Grain silos.
Yeah.
That's me with our guide. Now, she was quite interesting. Really lovely girl, really charming, knowledgeable, funny, telling jokes. And then about halfway through it, I happened to mention, I said, She said about Barry Crockett and Max Crockett, Max Crockett being Barry Crockett's father. Oh, they lived in here, blah, 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 in the distiller's cottage. And I said, well, it's funny because I met Barry Crockett this morning. And she said, oh, yeah, he's lovely, he's really nice. And I said, yeah, he's a nice guy, you know. He says, I don't actually tell people this on the tour, but Barry Crockett's my dad's cousin.
All right.
I know him really well. So I was like, hang on. So yeah, but she was really nice, smart, engaging, funny, just really, really nice, lovely girl. Eva Rose was her name. Well done. Right. So skip on. Again, the old pot still. These are not in use, but this was the largest pot still in the world at a time when it was in use.
A deep coppery color.
Yeah, but that's the old one. That's
the old.
A long time ago. Again, the old one. Now, this you do get to see. This is the micro distillery. So this is where Method and Madness is produced.
Mm-hmm.
So they're experimental stills. They're little tiny ones. Again, it's used for making their spirits, but that's where they do all their experimental stuff for Method and Madness. The gin still is at the end of these three, and I don't think there's a photo of it, but the gin still is at the end. So yeah, it's interesting to be in there because you see they send down some of the apprentice distillers down there, and that's kind of where they cut their teeth a bit, I think, before they go up to the big ones. Because if you make a balls up down there, you're only screwing up a barrel, you know. Up the top, I think you can screw up hundreds of barrels in one go.
Okay,
but yeah,
this is to do with the wood used in the barrels. Is it? I think it looks like.
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead.
I could have sworn we did another picture of that tour guide. There's Wow.
So you get down in here. This is obviously one of the small barrel houses.
Mhm.
This is all part of a new experience. So this is all been redeveloped. Casks are maturing in there, and you go up to this, and this is where they sort of explain the process the angels share coming out the cask. So it's basically a cask with the glass, and you get to look through it and so on. You do 3 whiskies in this, and then basically back out towards the shop. So yeah, a nice tour, really nice. This is down in the vault, and this is where they keep their high end stuff now. So they have the Ferret one, the one that's
They would have to keep them there after that place in Scotland got everything stolen. Remember?
well, probably in some regards. They have actually now have a 27-year-old single cask Middleton, a bit like the Friend at Hand and a bit like Harrods. They have the rubies down in there, some of them in there for sale, some MVRs, some single cask stuff, as I say. So this is kind of where all the premium stuff's kept. And the full collection of Middleton, very rare.
Wow.
Wouldn't be that hard for them to get their hands on it, to be fair.
Much is that worth?
I think one of them sold just before Christmas for 120,000.
Okay.
And that's the very first place you go. You go in there, they play a little sort of 5-minute video where some of the faces of it appear. So Garrett Buckley's there, Kevin O'Gorman, Deirdre O'Carroll. Remember we interviewed?
Yeah, we've interviewed her, the archivist. Yeah.
No, Deirdre's a blender.
Oh, yeah.
Carol Quinn, she makes an appearance and
Yeah.
tells about some of the history. I think she's the first person to appear on screen. So yeah, really, really nice.
Looks like an old milling wheel, is it? Or-
Yeah, that's an old milling wheel. So skip on these photos have bounced out of order.
Yes, that's the wee relative of.
Yeah, that's Eva Rose was her name. As I say, nice guy, really, really chatty, talkative, engaging. She was asking anybody any questions, and there was only about 5 people on the tour, and whenever people, she just told us bits and pieces and the world, really nice. Well impressed.
She has a diagram so as people like me can understand it. I like that.
She need more than a diagram to get you to understand it. Diagram one of them cattle prods.
It's Genesis 2. There you go. And then that's what you get the old implements they use in barrel making, and
There's your 3 whiskies.
Lovely.
So yeah, again, nice tour, well worth doing if you're down that way. They've spent a lot of money, and it's nice to see them getting it reopened again.
There's David Boyd Armstrong. Yeah, very good. We had a great time last Saturday night.
We had a great time
chatting to you about this time. Yeah,
I probably was about this time last
week. It was. Yeah. I think Jarlath must have gone into the other pub, the Quatter pub beside the one we were in, because I'd seen pictures.
We decided that we'd head down and get engaged with Fionnán, but we ended up Maurice O'Connell and David's wife Fiona came down. The wonderful Fiona. She came down. We were chatting away to her.
Yes, it was an early night, 1:30.
Yeah. Fiona's great girl. I and her always have a laugh and a giggle. But yeah, so yeah, that's so that was a Middleton, as I say, Middleton experience. Well worth it. Put a lot of money, a lot of thought went into it, and you exit through the gift shop. What more do you want? No. What more do you want? So that's all them photos, isn't it?
It is. That's them all.
Excuse me. Now, again, let's talk. There's been so much happening while we're away. So much happening. The World Whisky Awards were announced. Now, as you know, sometimes we get a bit skeptical of these, but there are some of them that are big. They're quite impressive, and so on and so forth. And this one has made the news this week because an English whiskey was named the best whiskey in the world. The English distillery, it's called the English Distillery. It's in Norfolk, and a bottle. And this, I have to say, Whiskey Magazine, bang on, because this bottle is £59 a bottle. So you don't have to go absolutely mental to get it. I think I sent you the link for the whiskey, englishwhiskey.co.uk.
Yep.
£59 whiskey, voted the best whiskey in the world, and that's up against big names in Scotland, up against your all of the big stuff. I haven't got to try this yet, but at £59 a bottle, and it's still available, it'll not be long before I'll have one winging its way heading towards Glenarm.
Purple's getting very popular for the packaging and the bottles, isn't it?
Well, it's a Roman regal colour, Justin. But yeah, as I say, it's congratulations to them. They must be delighted with this. As I say, it's affordable, accessible, and the people doing the reviews of this, well, they know what they're talking about. So, I have to take my hat off. But locally, we have to talk about some of the guys who did really well in it too. Our friends at Dunville's. Surprise, surprise, they get a couple of awards. They always do. They got single cask single malt and small batch single malt. They won that. Redbreast 21 voted world's best pot still. It's fair enough. Do I agree with that? Yay and nay, depending on the day it is. It's a fabulous drink. I don't think there's anybody's going to argue that point. Best in the world? Well, I could argue that. But anyway, Transportation won not only the gold, but also the silver and the bronze for the best pot still in Australia, which people go, that can't be that big a category. It's a bloody big category because there's lots of whiskey distilleries in Australia. So again, it's fabulous stuff. Teeling 33. They won Best Irish Single Malt. Again, nice award for them. And our friends at Hinch, well, they won 2 awards, which I know that they are delighted with, and rightly so. Hinch Craft and Cask won the Best Irish Limited Release, and the Best Blended was for the 5-year-old, which I think probably came as a bit of a shock to a lot of people. But yeah, that was what it was awarded. So yeah, I know they were over the moon, and rightly so. So yeah, again, congratulations to all the winners. It's a massive achievement for you, and I'm sure you're all delighted.
Yes. Good. It's hard to believe it's come around to that time again. But there you go. A year must have passed since we talked about that.
Yeah. I'm going to pour myself a little bit, a little sup of Wild Comer, because it's good stuff.
So remember to comment, like, and share. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Telegram, Twitch, Twitter, wherever you get your podcast from. We do have a couple of specials coming up soon. We have them in the can, just in case we can't do a live show, which is looking increasingly likely as the weeks go forward.
As the weeks skip forward, we do have some stuff. I'm away this week. It's not to make anybody jealous. This week I'm heading to Campbelltown. I'm heading over there.
And I'm not the captain of the ship.
No, we've got a pilot for it. The wee plane. So no, we're flying over it. So we're going over there just for a trip to go and enjoy ourselves. So yeah, and then later we back home a few days, and then we're away to Islay for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to that. That's the boat, Justin. That's when we need to back up skipper.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that'll be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's Peter coming on. Yeah, and we're delighted with the 2 gold medals. I know you were, guys, and so you should be. So you should be. Things really going well for you at the minute. I know that we done the tasting of Cumber in Friend today. And I think the Hinch is doing one. I'm not sure of the date. I'm sure Jim probably knows. But yeah, there's
Kit Charge would trust me to skipper the boat.
No, I don't think Margaret would let you. I don't think Margaret would let you do that. With him,
She'd
with
double
him
the life
piloting the boat.
insurance. She'd double the life insurance beforehand.
No. There's your rower. There's your rower. Yes, Paul. There's your rower too. On you go.
Yes, you can play Stephen Boyd and Ben Hur.
The Hunt for Red October.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I told you once I was going along, and I says, this is about several years ago. I says, and if you look to the left, you'll sometimes see submarines. No, you won't. You're making that up. You're full of blarney. Lo and behold, we had to stop the bus. 2.5 hours later, we watched the submarine move up and down. There was a real submarine twice. I've done it twice, a real submarine.
Well, I was coming down the coast road one time, and I had an Indian group, and as you well know, buddy, Indian groups don't listen to a single word you say, and they're just and eating all the time. But they were doing this, and I was chatting away, and the maidens, the wee islands off the coast. I says, if you look out on the right, you'll see a submarine heading to Lossiemouth. It's a nuclear-powered submarine because it looks from a distance, it's sort of misty. Not a cheap. All you heard was they're all taking photos of this nuclear submarine.
I'm a rock. I'm an island.
Yeah, but no, it made their trip. It was all bollocks like, but it made their trip. So yes,
there's Darren Flax asking, what about another wee day out? We had a great day out back in September. We did.
We need to sort out something. I'm thinking we'll probably do another wee trip around Belfast. Possibly, off the top of my head, what I'm thinking is we might do a trip over, maybe see the new McConnell's distillery, and then possibly see Sam McDonald and head over for a bit of a tasting over in Hearth. That sounds like a plan. Possibly. We could do that. Go and see McConnell's, and then scoot over to Hearth and get a wee drinky poo over there. Watch this space. But that sounds a wee trip to Tasmania. I would say you'd have some fun down in Tassie, John, if we all arrived.
You'd need to be very quick because the plane to Tasmania goes at 23:59 tonight, and I wouldn't get to Dublin in time to get it.
No. We definitely wouldn't. But yeah, it sounds like a plan. Yeah, go down under and head to Tassie. But all of us are sent over into Tassie.
I could post myself in a parcel crate.
No, if there's any sort of weight allowance, you're screwed. I could just see the baggage handlers, about 18 of them trying to like, Jesus Christ, what's on this? They're transporting baby elephant.
More.
Yeah. Expenses paid to Taz.
Oh yeah.
Paid to Taz. A couple of other things I have to sort of bring up. Redbreast. There's an 18-year-old Redbreast. Apparently coming out. Hat tip to our friend over at the Whiskey Companion, or Carl, for always brings up these TTB, because you have to get these passed by the control board in the States. So they have to submit them, so it has to go up for public inspection. So he always posts anything of interest. 18-year-old Redbreast appearing. Interesting enough. New Redbreast Catro Barello.
That's it.
That's the one. I hate these when they use foreign languages because I'm not a linguist. I need the exorcist's the man we need for the job.
No, the bottle would be empty.
Oh yeah, the bottle would be empty. I mean, that just wiped out. But at least to be able to pronounce what it's fucking called. But
it looks good. Again, purple brand.
Yeah,
and looks fantastic.
It looks class. But for anyone who doesn't know, the Redbreast did all the single cask stuff. There's been 2 of them in the Friend. The one that's still there is an 18-year-old. But they're stopped doing those as far as I know, and they're going to concentrate on these releases for themselves. So this is part of the Iberian release. It's a Port Hogshead, Oloroso Bourbon, and Virgin European Oak. Port ratios, not sure. I'm sure that if you look on one of the websites or press release, it probably tells you. but sometimes I get bored watching that. So there's the 18-year-old label that's going to the States. I don't know whether this is going to be released here. We'll find out. Couple of other things. Port Ellen Distillery is opening up. I think they're up and running. Not open for tours just yet, but I'll be keeping an eye out this week, just in the off chance.
Mhm.
So I think I sent you a link for the
I
Port
do have the
Ellen.
link. There it is. There, and I'll show you page 2. Port Ellen. There we go. There.
Yeah.
A lot of investment there, Marty.
It's Diageo, of course, a lot of investment. Yeah, there'll be a lot of investment there, all right. Yeah, a lot of investment there. For anyone who doesn't know, Port Ellen's on Isla. We're a distillery shut down in 85 or something, 88, something like that. There's lots of old bottles of Port Ellen floating about, but the price of them's just one like that. They're bringing out a new release called Gemini. So that'll be their new release. I think if you scroll down on that page, it maybe tells you about the Gemini release. So yeah,
There
it's
it is. There.
coming
Yeah.
up. Yeah, just give me 2 seconds to scroll down myself. Port Ellen Gemini, the oldest ever single malt Scotch whisky released directly from Port Ellen. A 44-year-old whisky was drawn from 3 exceptional 1978 European oak casks. So yeah, you can read about that and see what price it is, because it's going to be expensive. Just to let you know, it's going to be expensive. Kit Charles just mentioned Rosebank Distillery. They've opened up again. Over near Falkirk, again, old distillery, money being invested, reopening. Lots of money being invested in this stuff. And these guys, they've got deep pockets, so I assume that they'll be going well. New whiskey auction site has opened up. Click Whiskey Auctions. I think they're based in Blackpool, if memory serves. So they're going to be.
I thought I had a link for that.
I did say link, did I not?
I think it did, but why isn't it there? Go see.
It should be there. But it's another whiskey auction site, of which there are many these days. But yeah, check it out and see what they're doing. Their first auction starts in a few days. So yeah, it's just all go. And I just checked. I got a bar of chocolate. Just look, lovely chocolate. Just lovely chocolate.
That looks lovely.
Neary Nogs chocolate. And they've done some work with cologne. I'm just checking to see. This is the Dolman. So I know that our good friends and fantastic guys down at Ardra have a gin that Moira does called the Dolman. It's done with seaweed. So yeah, I look just lovely chocolate.
Listen, I'm gonna go. I am gonna go down here tomorrow for this. I definitely am gonna go down to Ecklinville because look at that there. Easter Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Take a run down to the fantastic Ecklinville Distillery, where God knows what you run into. You might run into Jarlath. You could walk into Yugoslavian personnel carrier. God knows. If you go down, you'll understand what I mean. So that's on tomorrow. But there's so much stuff happening. I think coming into the summer, there's a lot more just sort of generally opening up at spring.
A lot of things are really only halfway to pre-COVID levels again now, really, aren't they? You know.
Oh, don't even mention it. But it just sort of feels Belfast was busy-ish today. It's still fairly early in the year, I suppose.
Yeah.
Nothing ever really happens before St. Paddy's Day over here. But,
and I can't let you go without asking it what it was like. Did you get a signed copy of the book? Did you get a signed copy of the book? You did.
Yeah. This I finally got. I don't mean to disparage anyone in the whiskey industry, but the word legend gets slammed about a lot, and so on and so forth. But this guy is, I mean, a proper legend in Irish whiskey. I do have to say, there's two people I would put right up at the very top. One of them's John Teeling. I don't think he sometimes gets the credit he deserves. And then there's Barry Crockett. The picture, I didn't take the picture. I didn't know it had been taken. I'm not actually 100% certain sure who it was.
It was Margaret. It was Margaret.
You see. But yeah, Margaret took the picture. I know there's a couple of people taking them. I walked up to him. It was dead funny because the guy who co-wrote the book, Stephen, had messaged me and said, "Oh, I see you're in Cork." Blah blah blah. Chatty. He says, "Barry's doing a book signing." I said, "Yeah, I know. Go on in a wee minute." So I walked over. Barry was there, and I said, "Hi, how you doing?" And he looked up and he said, "You're the boy from Belfast, aren't you?" I said, "Well, kind of. I'm from Glenarm." "Oh, all right. Yeah. Stephen was telling me you were coming down. Yeah, it's nice to meet you." And I was like, Barry Crockett actually knows who the fuck I am. So I wasn't really sure what to say to him after. What do you want me to sign in the book? To Martin from Barry Crockett. That's all I could think of. Peter Galbraith was there. He got these lovely inscriptions and things. Because I was sort of dumbfounded that he actually knew who this prick was from up north. So yeah, as I say, just whoever it was took the photo, thank you very much. So I now have a signed copy of this book. I got Stanley one. He was delighted. I took Stanley in a few gifts today, and this was the one that he said, "Oh, now for the really important one." He got a couple of whiskey samples, obviously including this, but the fact that he got a signed book signed by Barry Crockett was something a bit special for him, So we'll have to get caught up with him again at some point. I really look forward to it. I've had an interesting week. Busy enough. I'm going to have another interesting week this week. Over to the wonderful Campbelltown. Julie said we're going to spend a few days wandering around Campbelltown. How many times are we going to go around it? I think she's under the impression.
Yeah, because it had 36 whiskey distilleries at one point.
Yeah, it's not going to take.
It's about as big as Glenarm.
But we'll go over and we'll see a couple of the distilleries and check them out, see what's new. Possibly see.
I bet you're staying in better accommodation with Julie than you stayed in with me.
Correct. We're staying in a hotel, Justin. We're staying in a hotel.
All right.
But, that's wonderful stuff. Top drawer. But yeah, thanks to Lucinda, by the way, for translating Corkonian to us last week.
Oh, because Lucinda was at Cork horse races.
She was
going there all her life. It looked fantastic.
Yeah, come here to me now. Hold it here. I told
we should make funny day with other people too.
What are they saying? But no, we had a great time last week. A lot of fun this week doing various bits and pieces. Nice tasting today. Good luck to wee Ray because he's feeling a bit under the weather at the minute. Ray from the friend, so hopefully he feels a bit better. But yeah, it's been a busy week.
Good. We should be back live next weekend, 10 p.m. Yep. Fingers crossed.